Chloe, I need to talk to you about something.
Yes, Sandra? What is it?
How dare you never visit your in-laws' home? Just who do you think you are?
It's not like I'm the only one who should visit. I don't mean any disrespect.
As the daughter-in-law, you need to be more considerate. I'm the one making the visits, so you better treat me properly.
I'm sorry. I always prepare tea, but...
And the house is never clean enough. I sigh every time I see dust.
I do clean daily, but I'll be more thorough.
Are you really being sincere? Empty apologies mean nothing.
Of course I'm serious about this. I'm not just...
Lazing around the house all day? Why do you pretend to be so busy?
I do actually work from home.
Who would believe that? Stop claiming you work.
I really do work daily on my computer.
Then be more diligent. You can't call it work without results.
I am getting results. My projects are progressing nicely.
Then you should put more effort into housework too. You can't neglect chores.
I do take care of chores too. I wake up early every morning.
Don't lie. Whenever I see you, you're just lounging around.
You must have caught me on a break. It's important to rest between working.
More excuses? You really lack self-awareness as a wife.
That's not true, Sandra.
Wives like you are so frustrating. I need you to shape up.
Yes.
Also, your cooking is mediocre. You should study to improve it. Why not take a cooking class?
Right.
You just go along with whatever anyone tells you. Have your own opinion sometimes.
I do have opinions, but I think your advice is important too.
Such a pushover. You'll struggle forever at this rate. Toughen up. Whatever. I just expect you to put more effort into housekeeping.
Yes, I'll do better from now on.
Chloe, I warned you. But since you wouldn't listen, this is what happens.
What are you talking about? I don't recall anything like that.
Don't play dumb because you're in the wrong.
Huh?
You're unfit to be a wife or daughter-in-law. So you're getting divorced.
Divorce? What are you saying? About my husband and me?
Don't ask stupid questions. Who else would I be talking about? I feel so sorry for my poor son. Having such a hopeless wife. He calls me every day to complain about the stress you cause. Didn't you know that?
There's no reason to insult me like that. But what do you mean about a divorce? I haven't heard anything from Steve.
Oh, really? Steve didn't tell you because he didn't want to hear your nagging. You two are getting divorced. Surprised?
What? You're joking, right? We can't just get divorced.
Divorce, a life's disgrace. This isn't a joke. But I didn't want you lashing out recklessly. I just wanted to confirm over text and see the pathetic divorcee you've become. Send me photos.
What are you talking about? I'm not divorced or struggling at all. Please explain what's happening.
I don't want to hear your excuses. Because of you, my son has suffered so much.
Suffered? Did Steve really say that about me?
Yes. I have to listen to his complaints every single day.
We were just fine. What problems did I cause him?
That's the problem because you don't realize it. He's going to be staying with me for a few days. Pack up your stuff and leave today.
Leave? You mean leave my house? It's him who should leave, isn't it?
What are you talking about? It's obvious that you're the one who should leave the house. Hurry up and pack your bags.
I really don't understand. How did this happen? Also, I'm not going to pack my bags, okay? Steve should be the one packing his stuff.
What are you talking about? Are you trying to crash there? Steve is going to live there, so you better move out.
Sandra, I bought this unit when I was single.
Huh? Really? When you were single?
Yes, that's why. If we are really divorced, Steve has to leave our place.
Huh? You're lying. You're telling me he lied to me? He told me he bought it himself.
Oh, I see. He's trying to put up a big front. I still don't understand the divorce. How do you know we're divorced?
Well, I was the one who filed for it. Duh.
For what? You know that's not okay, right? You signed it for me?
No way! That would be a crime. I'm not that stupid.
Then how?
You two signed divorce papers before getting married, didn't you? As a stupid precaution in case either of you cheated. So you could immediately file for divorce if there was infidelity. You both signed your names, and I took the papers from Steve, so those were your real signatures.
Ah, yes, I remember now. So you're saying you submitted those? But we didn't actually want to get divorced when we signed those. You understand that, right?
I don't care about your feelings. You signed the divorce papers, so you're to blame. I just submitted them as your proxy. My son is meek and sensitive, so he was probably too afraid to tell you directly. I thought you two had properly discussed and decided this together.
Then why didn't you confirm with me first? How could you do something so important without checking?
Check with you? There was no need. Steve said to do it. So, of course, I believed him. I would never doubt my own son. Over some stranger.
But divorce isn't something that can be done so casually. For you to do it without my consent is way too much.
Shut up! Why am I getting blamed for this? You should be thanking me instead. If I hadn't told you, you'd be obliviously living as a divorced woman.
That may be so, but to submit divorce papers without letting me know...
Well, as a parent, I did agree with the divorce for my son's sake. After hearing you out, I pitied how much you were tormenting him. There's no changing that staying with him would only make him suffer more because of you. This way, he's free. A wife like you is unwanted.
How am I tormenting Steve? What do you mean by free? He's not my prisoner. What did Steve say about me? Did he really complain about me? Because until this morning, everything seemed normal. He was all smiles, we didn't fight. I can't recall any grounds for wanting a divorce.
A lack of self-awareness is serious. First, he said having a money-sucker wife was too much, even though you claim to work. But really, you're completely unemployed, mooching off of him. You don't clean, do laundry, you just go shopping constantly. I heard you don't even cook, just order deliveries all the time.
What?
Not working, not doing chores, just lazing around. And you snap at him if he calls you out. He's physically and mentally exhausted from it. He cried, wishing he could have a homemade meal for once. He can't live like this anymore.
Huh?
See, no words, because it's the truth. That's why Steve wants a divorce, you see. He's really too kind, saying he won't even demand compensation from you for living expenses, since it will be hard after this. Isn't that a good deal for you? You should be grateful.
About what you just said, I don't recall any of it. Are you sure Steve actually said all that?
Still lying? But at least the unemployed part is true, right? Always at home relaxing. I've seen it with my own eyes. No point denying it.
I told you, I was on my break. How many times must I say it?
Okay, fine, whatever. Lie or truth doesn't matter. If Steve says he wants a divorce, it's over. Get it? It's better if you walk separate paths. Once feelings drift apart, it's finished. No point in clinging on.
But this is so sudden for me. I have no sense of reality about it.
Oh, he also said an unsupportive wife is useless. Apparently, you're quite stubborn and charmless beyond just at home. You were a dreadful wife out in public, too. Think about how he feels.
What? He really said such things?
You think I'm lying? I don't have time to make up such elaborate stories. I had to keep listening to him complain about this. Have some sympathy, it was agonizing.
But everything you're saying is contrary to my reality. If you're not lying, then Steve must be.
Shut up, blaming others because it's inconvenient for you. You want to say my son is a liar? Well then, tell me, why would Steve need to lie like this? Loving couples don't complain to each other's parents, right?
I don't know. If I did, I wouldn't be struggling with this.
Exactly. You live selfishly, tormenting Steve without any self-awareness. That's the truth. He has no time to make up such petty lies one by one. So stop stalling and pack your things immediately.
Remember, this apartment is mine. So I'll be sending Steve's things to you instead. Although there won't be much.
Wait. I'm double-checking with Steve first. Don't touch any of his belongings. There's a possibility you're the liar trying to take advantage of his kindness. I won't trust a toxic wife like you.
Suit yourself. I'm tired of this.
Sure, you worked when single, but honestly, could you really make enough for this unit? It's not a cheap place, is it? That alone is highly suspicious. No way you could afford it. Aren't you the one actually lying? Trying to mooch off Steve's kindness?
I've had enough. If you can't trust me, then we can go to court or whatever. I have nothing to hide. I absolutely won't leave, so I'm sending his stuff over to save time. Excuse me then, I have work.
Hey, wait! How brazen. Finally showing your true demonic nature. Shouldn't we get to the truth first before moving belongings around? Don't send his stuff without permission. You're really so selfish. Chloe, it's me, remember?
Me? Who is it?
Oh, you don't? It's me, Steve's mother. Don't you remember? I was worried about you, wondering how you were doing.
Please don't worry about me. I'm doing well. Did you need something?
Sorry to bother you when you're busy. Actually, I did want to ask you something.
Yes?
I happened to overhear. Is it true that you started your own company and are running a business?
Why are you asking me that now? Yes, it's true, but what about it? I thought you weren't interested in me.
I was just curious about how your business was doing.
What's with the sudden interest after you didn't believe anything I said before? Please think rationally. I wouldn't simply disclose such details to an outsider. What are you implying? Are you scheming something again?
Such a cold way to refer to me as an outsider. I'm not scheming anything. My apologies for the odd question. Actually, after the divorce, Steve did start living with me. But his behavior has been strange. He's become much more frugal and stingy with money than before.
You mean he's not paying his bills properly?
Well, yes, to put it harshly. Before, he would take me to fancy restaurants once a week, buy me expensive brand-name gifts.
Okay, and?
But as soon as we started living together, he stopped giving me living expenses. No more gifts or anything. When I asked, he said he had no money. But he didn't pay you any compensation from the divorce, did he? How could he have no money?
Exactly. There's no child support either. His entire income belongs to him now.
So I found it suspicious and grilled him about it. Reluctantly, he admitted, I could spend freely before because Chloe had credit cards.
Ah, I see. So he spilled it himself quite quickly. Wow.
Huh?
There's no doubt about that, okay? That's the truth. He was living extravagantly using my credit cards. I had warned him, but I let it go since he wouldn't listen.
What do you mean? You don't work. You were always at home. Weren't you depending on him?
Stubborn as always. I've told you before, I run my own business from home along with other ventures. I'm very busy.
Liar. Then what's your annual income?
Steve made around $30,000, right? I make about 20 times that.
What?
Well, if a wife had that much income, indulging would be tempting, I suppose. But that's an unreasonable level to drop down from, even if impossible now. Not my problem, though. Good luck with that.
Hey, wait! If that was the case, you should have told me your real income sooner. I wouldn't have divorced you if I knew.
What are you talking about? How is this related to money? I just don't like bragging about it.
If you had properly explained from the start, I could have understood you weren't unemployed, which I had misunderstood this whole time.
I did repeatedly say I was working. My apologies if that wasn't clear. But it doesn't matter now, does it?
It's simple. Just come back right away. Please, remarry my son.
Remarry?
Get back together with Steve. Reconcile. Isn't that what you want too? It hasn't even been a year since your marriage. Just refile and everything can go back to normal. I can handle the paperwork.
Reconcile? No way! I've finally gotten my life back and am enjoying it. We're both remarried.
What?
Going back to him is absolutely impossible.
Why not? You loved each other once, didn't you? You'll be back together in no time.
Just hearing those words is dreadful, a nightmare. I have no intention of reconciling with a liar. I'm glad we divorced.
Don't say that. There's definitely a possibility. Marriage takes continuous effort. Don't give up.
Not a single chance. We're already divorced. No need for any effort. And to be honest, I absolutely refuse to remarry into a family where the mother-in-law is only after my money. How pitiful.
I'm not after your money. Oh, did I give you that misimpression? Of course, I also want you to know that Steve admitted everything he said before was lies. He says he wants to reconcile too, so I'm just supporting that. It's the honest truth.
Impossible. Please give up. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a business meeting to attend.
Wait, hold on. Hello? I heard Steve is outside your company right now. Could you come out for a bit? That boy can be quite passionate.
So, it did turn out that way. Not passionate, but pathologically persistent. I thought those missed calls earlier were from that lying man. I've already contacted security. Please wait.
Security?
Yes, he clearly seems like a suspicious person. What a nuisance this is.
Hey, wait! Don't do anything. That could get serious. He's your husband. Take good care of him.
Speaking of convenience as always, treat him with care? Don't make me laugh. That foolish man loitering outside my company is just some other woman's husband, isn't he?
Huh?
After that, it didn't sit right with me, so I had my secretary investigate. He remarried right after our divorce, spending all my money and having an affair. So despite listing all those complaints about me, you said such noble things like not demanding compensation. I guess you didn't want the truth coming out, huh?
No, that's not it. He just happened to get remarried around the same time. But he plans to divorce that woman too. He realized his one true love is only you.
Huh?
She really is the ultimate failed wife. Doesn't work, doesn't do housework, just stares at her face in the mirror all day, reeking of perfume. Of course, unlike you, she doesn't even have a work-from-home job. Living together made it crystal clear, a good-for-nothing wife. So I've been scolding her daily to educate her.
Oh, I see. How long have you been living together?
No need to worry, of course, since they got married.
That means you divorced Steve and I, then allowed his marriage to some random woman, and even lived with them shamelessly?
Yeah, exactly. I haven't done anything wrong.
The same mother-in-law who grilled me about every single detail and was reluctant about our marriage, allowing his marriage to some random woman? People do change, don't they? Or did old age just make you more easygoing?
You still have quite a mouth on you, huh? Anyway, what about reconciling? Instead of putting on airs with security, you two should properly discuss it.
Reconcile? I told you I have no intention of doing that. I'm seeking a permanent separation. I don't even want to see his face anymore, understand? Remember, never come to my company or home again. This is a full separation.
A permanent separation? But wouldn't he be pitiful then?
Pitiful? It's no longer my concern. Why don't you, his mother, take care of it? Well then, excuse me. Please don't contact me over such ridiculous matters again.
Hey, wait! Chloe, there's something I need you to do right away.
Oh, Sandra. What is it that you need me to do?
Your parents are really lacking common sense. I'm appalled. With a daughter-in-law like you, no wonder with parents like them. Anyway, you need to contact your actual family home. It seems there's been some misunderstanding.
Oh, you mean where they threw salt at us? My parents can be quite something. My bad. I've been in contact with them, so you can just go home. I have nothing more to discuss with you.
What do you mean? Please hear me out properly. It's an important matter. You see, I took Steve to your family home today to reintroduce him as their son-in-law, as well as to apologize. But they didn't say a word and just threw salt at us. I was so shocked.
I heard all about it. Well, it's understandable they reacted that way based on what you did. Taking initiative yourself was the wrong move, wasn't it? And didn't I already say I had remarried?
What? You weren't lying?
I definitely wouldn't lie about something like that. Please don't take it too far by forging fake marriage certificates like with the divorce papers. Those won't be accepted. And no barging into my home either. I won't be there. I'm actually on my honeymoon right now. At a super luxurious hot spring inn.
Wait, what is going on?
I got remarried 3 weeks ago. I guess fate has a way of meeting people. While I'm happily enjoying my newly wedded bliss, you contact me out of the blue, causing me stress that I have to relieve at this hot spring. Just how far are you going to unsettle me?
That's not what I meant. Why did you remarry without asking me?
I didn't need to listen. I already told you I wasn't going to say anything. Did I need permission from an outsider? Absolutely not. You lying, money-grubbing parent and child.
Lying parent and child? Money-grubbing?
I got a message from your ex-husband. He felt so sorry for me that he sympathized. Since he was in a different state, he could only hear from the two of you and wasn't able to take my side. He apologized about that. He also said he's taking you far away so we never have to meet again. He was the only decent one. That's why I pity him even more.
What?
So, you're being forcibly relocated to your ex-in-law's family home. I hear it's full of nature, so I hope it will cleanse your heart. Good luck to both you and your idiot son.
Huh? The family home? To live together?
Will you be demoted back to the daughter-in-law role, mother-in-law? Good luck with that. According to my ex-husband, having watchful eyes will provide peace of mind.
You must be joking. Things aren't going well with my mother-in-law at all. No, absolutely not.
With your personality, I'm sure you'd have trouble getting along with anyone, without a doubt. But that's not my problem, and it's none of my business. Good luck to you.
This is a disaster. Help me. You're my only hope now. Can't you divorce right away? I'll do anything you say, so please come live with me here. Doesn't that sound fun?
I have zero interest in that. But just out of curiosity, what would be the benefit for me remarrying into your family?
Being with Steve again?
That lying, money-grubbing man? Sounds like a negative to me. I gain nothing from it. Plus, I'd have you there too, always prying into everything.
Besides, you have me. We know each other well, don't we?
No, that busybody granny obsessed with nagging would be the biggest negative. Thinking about it, there's not a single benefit. I'm so glad I got divorced.
Are you kidding me? The situation is dire.
Only dire for you, isn't it? You're the one acting so suspiciously, it's laughable. I face no repercussions. Oh, I did forget to mention one thing. I had a chance to speak with the wife he's separated from now. Apparently, they have been having an affair since before the divorce. She's on my side now, regretting marrying that scumbag. I heard the whole story.
What?
In exchange for not demanding compensation from her, that lying man handed over all evidence of his infidelity. Audio, photos, message exchanges. Everything that proves you knew about it and covered it up. I kept all the evidence.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
Since you two were so insistent, the statute of limitations hasn't passed, so I will be demanding compensation after all.
What? You can't do that.
What do you mean? Of course I can. She's willing to provide the evidence, believing I mean no harm. I also have other proof, so I'll be demanding compensation as well. Oh, I can't wait to see the look of despair on your faces when my lawyer contacts you.
Don't you have a conscience? There's a fine line between right and wrong as a human being.
Huh? I'm simply returning everything you did to me. Punishment for repeatedly mocking me. Learn your lesson, you scummy parent and child. Never contact me again.
But doing that would put Steve in a difficult position. It may not matter to you anymore, but it greatly impacts us.
An impact? That's karma for you. You tried to trap me, and it backfired completely.
But don't you have any sense of compassion?
Compassion? How much compassion did you show me when you made endless selfish excuses?
But we were family.
Family? Seems you were using that as an excuse to try controlling me. I won't be fooled any longer. There's nothing more to discuss.
Wait, please reconsider this one more time.
Reconsider? It's too late. Now it's your turn to reap what you sowed against me. After that, I received a decent amount of compensation from my ex-husband. The legal process went smoothly through my lawyer, so it was resolved much faster than expected. I heard my ex-father-in-law gave a stern lecture to my ex-mother-in-law and ex-husband about how they will have to live their lives going forward. Then, my ex-mother-in-law was taken by my ex-father-in-law to live and work at an acquaintance's factory. She protested vigorously, but had no way to escape. My ex-husband, having lost everything, also works at the same factory. Apparently, their days consist of laboring from early morning until late night, returning home utterly exhausted. The luxuries they once had, like fancy restaurants and brand-name gifts, are now just a far-off dream. This is simply the appropriate consequence for their past misdeeds. As for me, my husband and I are currently making plans to embark on a honeymoon trip together.